Welcome to another episode of Mugs with the Mayor. We are finally back. I'm Alden Lucas, and I'm here with the man himself, the Mayor, Kay Netton.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Excited to be back. Episode 5 of Mugs with the Mayor. And there are mugs, of course. Drinking some hot coffee this morning. Hey, really excited to be back. 2025 is here. First part of March. The year is for sure underway. Already have a few city council meetings under our belt for 2025. And honestly, just want to get on here today and just do a recap of 2024 and talk about some major goals that myself and my administration have for 2025. And as always, I want to say thank you to Alden, my communications director, for making this possible and he makes those edits to my voice to make sure that I sound a little bit more manlier. So I always appreciate that. But no, he does a great job, and I'm thankful for him and all the work that he does here with City of Sheridan, and he continues to do. So let's talk 2024. That was. I took office January 1st of 2023, and so 2024 was my second year in office. And I actually have 3 recaps that I want to hit on this morning of 2024. And first and foremost, I want to hit on the people that made it possible. 2024 could not have been possible first without the amazing clerk treasurer, Carrie Smith. She was treasurer. I think this is her 10th, 11th year in office, and somehow she's still in her mid-20s, so I don't know how that's possible, but I'm very, very thankful for Carrie. She has been wonderful, first in the transition into office, but not just that. Every day, we solve problems together, city problems, financial questions that department heads have, and we handle the administrative side of city business. So I'm very thankful for her, and but not just her, the city council members. We have a wonderful city council. We have Councilmember Camp, Councilwoman Cook. We have brand new to the table this year, Councilmember Brian Williams, who replaced Councilmember Bill Crosley that served many, many years, and I'm thankful for him, and I appreciate him and his service. He retired in December, so Brian Williams took his seat, ran unopposed, and was placed into that seat January 1 of 2025. Then, of course, we have Morgan House, Councilwoman House, but we have Councilman Lee Henson and Councilman Jim Lancaster, who both have served in not just council seats, but one was a school board representative for a long time, and Jim Lancaster, he served in the state representative spot for many years, and I just appreciate our council. They are wise in different areas, and they represent the Sheridan citizens very well, and I'm thankful for them. And if you get a chance to thank your council member of your ward that you live in, please do. But not just them, we have, of course, our city attorney, Ed Kuhn, and I appreciate him and his hard work as well. He also attends the Arkansas Municipal League. They do certification for city attorneys, and I'm thankful that he does that and he serves you well. But we also have committees. We have the Parks and Rec Committee. You have members, community members who live here. You have individuals like Glenn Strong. You have Justin Allen. You have Council Member House that sits on that committee. You also have Joel Stanton, Parks and Recreation Director, as well as Bobby Taylor, and I appreciate them. You have our Future Infrastructure and Development Committee, which is Michael Collins, David Workman, Camden Howard, and Daniel Patey. You have our Water and Sewer Committee. You have Jake Easley, Lee Henson, Lynn Camp, Austin Howard, myself, and David Fitzgerald, as well as our Zoning and Planning Commission and our Board of Zoning Adjustments, who make up of 12 individuals that put up with a lot of stuff through zoning and planning. That is a difficult topic some days. But above all else, I'm thankful for the 52 full-time city employees that gave it their all during 2024. And but just that's just the people. And I could go on and on talking about the people that make the city work, that make the city what it is, and I'm just thankful. But not just that, but when you recap 2024, you have to talk about some accomplishments that we had last year. Councilmember Cook and I became certified elected officials through the Arkansas Municipal League. It's kind of like a gold sticker on your attendance sheet at school. It doesn't give us a pay increase. It doesn't help us in any way, but able to represent you citizens with more training. Last year alone, I received my level 2 certification, and Betty Cook is also certified. But she is currently serving on the Economical Development Committee for the Arkansas Municipal League, and I was appointed to serve on the Public Safety Committee, and that's been very challenging, of course, this year for state. They are in session currently, our representatives and senators, and we are watching that just like we're watching everything else here at home. So appreciate that. But some more accomplishments. I was able to attend the Arkansas Rural Development Conference last year. That was through AEDC. Thankful for my friend Dana Poindexter, also someone who lives here locally that works with the Arkansas Economical Development Commission, and I'm just so thankful that to learn more and work with them. Shout out to my friends with the Sheridan School District, Amy Casey, the librarian at SIS, and I believe another librarian were able to partner with us to do a story walk at the Sheridan Parks and Recreation, and that's been wonderful for kids. But not just that, and that reminds me of, we're a very different place. We have a great school district. I think that's what makes up a good city is the school district and the businesses that reside within it, and that's what makes Sheridan so great is our school district. I will stand and shout that we have the best school district in the state, maybe even in the nation. I'm thankful for our school district and the leadership Chad Pitts plays in that, as well as our school board members. But not just that, we have a great relationship with the county, and in particular County Judge Randy Pruitt. I'm thankful for him. And a lot of counties and cities don't have a relationship that we have here in Sheridan and Grant County. So this just is another reason this is one of the best places in the country to live, is right here in Sheridan, Arkansas. Moving on with accomplishments, Chief Teague and Sergeant Bell, they were able to establish a drone unit for Sheridan Police Department, and I think that's wonderful. We have a drone that's able to get out and in situations, emergency situations. They actually them and a few other officers and a few county deputies went to flight training school for these drones, so they're certified to do that, and that's really interesting. And then, of course, we were able to start be more transparent, Mugs with the Mayor. But not just that, a newsletter that we put out bi-weekly, just to give you citizens more information. And then finally, in our recap of 2024, we were able to do some major, major projects. One thing that pops in my head first was my friend Shane Dobson, who's a student at Sheridan High School. We were able to finalize, and we're actually looking at a grant right now for the Dobson Nature Trail out at our Sheridan Parks and Recreation. That's something that he had on his heart, and something that he did for an Eagle project through the Scouts, and I'm thankful that should look a lot better in the spring once we're able to put in some culverts, once we're able to lay down some seed for grass. I'm really excited for that. We were able to finish our hazard mitigation project, Phase 2, right there by the post office, and hopefully we get Phase 3 funding. LED lighting out at Parks and Rec. We spent close to $600,000 on LED lighting in 2024, and we're still continuing, as of right now, today, putting up LED lighting out there on our baseball and softball fields. And then, of course, there was the Safe Haven Baby Box, who I was really excited about putting that into play at the Sheridan Fire Department. Finishing up 2024, just looking at something incredible that I think we were able to do through the city council is last year alone, calendar year 2024, we spent $772,408 for street improvements in Sheridan. Projects include there by the post office, the Gum Street project, that mitigation project. But not just that. We did the first phase of the White Oak subdivision street overlay, and that was a crazy project. Which both of those projects I mentioned, one was a state-funded project, so we rented in a state newspaper, and then Williams Way, that we paid for that out of pocket, so we rented in a newspaper. You have to do that to bid out projects that are over the bid amount, which for 2025 has gone up to $42,921, which, that's just for your information to have in your back pocket. But those two projects were bid out, and locally owned individual companies had the low bid on those. So I was thankful to push that back to locally owned companies to do those projects. But we also had a state aid street grant that we were able to overlay Walker Drive and Grant 65, as well as a portion of Frank Clark Road. Just for your information, last year alone we crack sealed asphalt more than 50,000 feet last year. 20 streets, ditches were mopped, as well as 16 culverts were placed throughout the city. And I think that's something to definitely pat the street foreman, Ruth Ann Nutt, and our street department, pat them on the back for maintaining all that. So that's 2024. It was a great year, and we did a lot more than that. That's just I could probably spend several hours talking about 2024, but I just want to give you some highlights of it because it was definitely a good year, and I'm really excited for 2025. I really am.
What a wonderful, thought out recap of the year 2024. Again, so much progress made, so much progress to be made. But one more thing about 2024, Kane. Tell me what your favorite memory was.
2024, man. It was a good year. Not just as professionally as mayor, just personally, I had a lot of growth in 2024. I think it's great when we can look at ourselves and our lives. It was just a great year for me. I worked on my health, and I hope people, while they see me as an elected official and as the mayor, I'm a person just like them, so I have my own goals. And I was able to accomplish a lot of my own personal goals in 2024. But as mayor, my favorite thing this year has just been being more transparent with the public. Working with you, Alden, on Friday's videos. Working with you on these podcasts, which Alden, he wants me to film them, and I've got to work out a little bit more before I put these on video. But for real, I think that transparency wise, we have tried to be very transparent with the public. I know one citizen who will come in and he says, I know I don't have to submit a FOIA request to you because you'll just give me the information, and I will. And our door is always open here at City Hall, and I just want to express that for 2025. But that's really what was my favorite thing from 2024 was just being able to do things like this, just give out more information that just educate individuals, So
he didn't want to say it, but his favorite memory of 2024 was me hopping on ship. No, but probably my favorite 2024 memory, again, starting here in September, we did starting the Fry-Yay. Kind of a funny name, but in all seriousness, spotlighting these businesses that do so much for our community is just it's such a blessing. And to get them the recognition they probably already have, but to give them a little bit more, give the civilians a little bit more knowledge on what these people do. It's great to see the business flourish a little bit more. Speaking about local businesses, we had our third annual Business Owner Luncheon last week, and it was great.
So one thing that was a campaign promise that I made was to sponsor businesses and promote businesses as much as possible. And so my first year in office, I decided to start a business owner luncheon just to give back to the business owners, even if it's a simple lunch, but set some business goals that the city can have for the year. And yeah, Alden's right. We were able to do our third annual last week, and it was a crazy day for sure. Alden said he went home and he slept like a baby that night. So thankful for all the work that he helped me accomplish that day. But I thought it was a great event, and I hope more and more businesses turn out. We try to promote that via social media.
Also slept like a baby because thank you to Cotillas, Uncle Henry's.
It was good. Yes, they fed us very well. And Milltown, as well as Sugar Bake Shop, we had some great locally owned and locally operated food. And we're going actually next year to be doing the Taste of Sheridan. And so any restaurant in Sheridan, we're going to want to partner with you and definitely get some great eats. And we fed our business owners quite well. And I was able to present this recap to them last week at this event. So it was a good time. It was a good time.
So at this great luncheon, we again, recap 2024. Great stuff happening, but even more exciting thing is the steps ahead, the future. And that's what we did towards the end of Kane's presentation. We are talking about the road ahead and what's to come for 2025.
Goals for 2025, and we had several of them, honestly, just that we try to set yearly. Last year we had several, and we accomplished most of them. But this year, our major goals for 2025, I'll just give you a quick rundown. First and foremost, as always, grants. We want to apply for as many grants that we can get to bring tax dollars back here locally, whether that's state grants, whether that's federal grants, whatever it is. We want to try to bring as much tax dollars back here. The second thing that we want to do is work on sidewalk continuation projects. You know, we just finished Phase 2 out by the Parks and Recreation. Phase 3 is about ready to start construction. We're still waiting on federal money, federal grant funding that's been frozen to become unfrozen so that we can start construction for that. We just got approved last year for funding for Phase 4, which will bring all of those sidewalks to connect to the downtown sidewalks, as well as do a sidewalk down Shackelford Road to the Grant County Museum, which, by the way, if you have not been to the Grant County Museum, go. It is a great museum, and honestly, I would say it's one of the best small town museums in the country. It is amazing. If you get a chance, you need to go. But we actually have up to 12 phases of sidewalks planned currently, and I'm super excited to hopefully continue that sidewalk projects, because it's definitely it's a public safety thing for me. I think that it is it's something that keeps our people safe. It gives them something to do. A lot of people like to get out and walk, get out and jog. We have a lot of runners, and so that's a big goal for us in 2025. So this next one, it kind of sounds weird, but moving into the 21st century, something that I'm excited to announce is soon we will have an app, a City of Sheridan app, that you're able to get all of your information regarding city, easier ways to contact us. So that's going to be awesome. But not just that, more newsletters, more podcasts. Something else that we're actually starting, and this will be exciting for our contractors and local plumbers, electricians, HVAC guys. We now allow online payments and card payments here at City Hall. If you don't know, we've only been able to take exact change or check here at City Hall, and now we're able to do a card payment, which is something that has been needed and will definitely be fantastic here at City Hall. But not just that, in-person card payments at our water and sewer department, but not just that, with the installation of the app, as well as a new service we're now providing down at the Sheridan Water and Sewer Works, which it's in installment now, so it hasn't launched yet. It has launched here at City Hall, but not at Sheridan Water and Sewer or Sheridan Water Works. we will now have online water bill payment, and I know people are going to be ecstatic about that. So really excited about moving into the 21st century. That's a major goal for us this year. This next one, this is something that I can talk about for an hour, and I'm going to describe it in 5 minutes. But this, the fourth major goal of 2025, it is a bond issue. Now, first and foremost, let me describe a bond issue for you. This is not a tax increase. Let me be clear. Let me be very clear. I am not ever in support of more taxes unless it is a life or death situation. This is not a tax increase. All a bond issue is a surplus advancement of a future sales and use tax. Now, currently, we have two 1% sales tax within the city of Sheridan. All this is doing is this is a surplus advancement of future sales and use tax. So, with that being said, I want to reappropriate an existing 75% of the Sheridan Parks and Rec 1%. So, I know this sounds confusing, but there are two 1%. One of the 1% goes directly to public safety. It funds our detention center, our police department, our fire department. All I want to do is reappropriate the existing 75% of the Sheridan's Parks and Rec 1% sales tax. So let me explain that. I know this is confusing, but we have two 1% sales taxes. One of the 1% goes directly to public safety. It funds police department, fire department, and it allows us to operate our detention center. Now, any surplus can be used for any other city need, not a want, a need, a special need. Now, the other 1% is broken down. 25% of it goes to streets, any street project. It goes directly to our street fund, which is very, very, very complex. You have to only spend certain things with street funding. It's very very restricted. Now, 75% of that other 1% goes to our Sheridan Parks and Rec. So we want to reappropriate the existing 75% and ask for a surplus, an advancement of future sales and use tax of $5 million. Now, what this includes is improvements and additions at the Sheridan Parks and Rec facility. And I'll list out the projects for you. First is improvements and remodel to the Joe Wise Jr. Recreation Center, an ADA compliant T-ball field, a turf field, a Miracle League field, something that I'm very passionate about and I think we need for our community. Also includes a finishing of LED lighting at all of our ballpark fields, as well as lighting of our walking paths and nature trail. Also, this will include a demolition and installation of new tennis courts, which are currently used by citizens, as well as the Sheridan tennis team, the Sheridan Schools tennis team. This will also include a Parks and Rec storage building, a metal building for them to store tractors, mowers. This will also include a road widening project out there at Parks and Rec. I think everybody knows which road I'm talking about. It's the curve going to the soccer fields. We have to widen that road right now. I don't know how we haven't had many wrecks out there, but that will widen that road, be able have full 2 lanes out there at our soccer fields. This will be also a pool and splash pad renovation, as well as dog parking improvements. I mean, this is a full improvement and additions at our Sheridan Parks and Recreation facility. And a reminder, this is not a tax increase. It's not. It's a surplus advancement of future sales and use tax. So, how this will happen. We will have to present an ordinance at the Sheridan City Council meeting. It will have to be presented and passed by the Sheridan City Council. And then a bond issue with the ordinance wording will be put to a vote by the citizens of Sheridan that live within the Sheridan city limits. So those individuals that live in the county that use these facilities, you unfortunately will not be able to vote on this issue. But if passed, which this will be on the November ballot, if passed, funding will be available to the city within 2 to 3 months. And all projects that I have talked about will have to be completed within 3 years. So, I fully support this, as well as our Parks and Recreation Committee. And the City Council will start getting more information on this in the coming months. They are informed of it now, and they have authorized me to engage with Stevens Incorporated, as well as I've hired an attorney with Friday, Eldridge, and Clark. And so we are hoping to get that passed. And I think that this is a major goal for 2025, and I think this will be great because it's not a tax increase. It's not. All it is a surplus of future money we're already going to get. We get sales tax monthly. This is just going to be a lump sum. Now, our final goal for 2025 is a city flag. Something that I think is really appropriate. We did a competition last, it was actually 2023. We did a competition for a city seal, and we were able to adopt 3 that we've been using on all of our official documents, as well as our official logo. I am putting together a committee to work on a city flag, and I think this is something that'll be great. And I think that if you're interested in serving on that, please let me know. One other thing that I didn't mention was something that you can get behind. Something I'm calling Hometown Heroes. I want to put banners up of all of our local heroes. What I'm talking about is our veterans and our current duty soldiers that serve in our nation's military and armed forces and any branch of the government. When I say government, any branches of our armed forces. This is something that I'm working, of course, with Alden, our communications director, as well as Don Culpepper here locally. I want to put up banners across our street lights, our light poles here in town, as well as our poles throughout the city limits, and honor those that have served. With that being said, we need sponsors and we need financial support to do this. My goal is to have these up hopefully by Independence Day. So if you're interested in that, please contact us here at City Hall. And I think that several families of these soldiers could get behind this, and this is something that we could do as a simple thank you to those that have served our country, especially those are our local heroes. So that's something that I'm really excited about. There's a lot in store for 2025. That's just goals that we have. That doesn't include projects that we have lined up for the year. But I can talk. Y'all probably have heard I'm a certified yapper. And Alden is always looking at me like, quit, calm down. But I'm excited for 2025. It's going to be a great year, and you are welcome to come in and discuss it with us and ask us any questions.
Another great episode, I think.
I think so too. I think this is great, just giving more and more information to the people.
Before we close out, let's do the most interesting part of this podcast. What's your coffee mug today, Kane?
My mug today, it is one of my favorite franchises. This is a Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets coffee mug, and I'm a Potter fan.
I respect it. Might have you beat today. My mug, it says, it was a gift actually. It says, "You deserve the world, but I could only afford this coffee mug." And it was from my very little brother, Ashy. Shout out to him. Before we go, quick announcement for an event coming up. We really want a lot more people coming to this event. It's on April 5th. It's at 8 a.m. at the Grant County Courthouse. It's Keep Sheridan Clean. It's with a association called Keep Arkansas Beautiful. We need a lot of volunteers. It can get you a lot of volunteer hours. Again, April 5th, 8 a.m., Grant County Courthouse. Thank you for tuning in. Hope to see you next time, and have a great week.